Very good, very good. Hey guys, welcome to this is Warman NA. I am your host Mad Dog, and my co-host Boogie is somewhere around here.
Oh, I'm right here. I'm your co-host Boogie.
Hi Boogie, and this is
Hello, Matt.
Warvan NA. Check it out, guys. UNAC round robin recap. We finished up 13 not grueling but exciting and somewhat grueling weeks of UNAC tournament. And here we are at the end. We got the final standings. We're going into the finals this weekend. It's going to be awesome. 4 teams going head to head, single elimination, totally super serious esport warband going on. So we want to look back and just see, kind of what brought us here, what got the whole ball rolling. I'm going to take real quick minute to talk about maybe the start of UNAC. We got captains from every single team, representatives from every single team, and that is super important. And I'll tell you why that is in just a second. So you see that? I've built the anticipation. You got something to look forward to. So we do welcome you to this recap. And real quick, UNAC, if you've never heard of it, if you participate in it for the past 18 months that it's been going on, I joke. If you've done that, whatever part of the gamut you are there, UNAC is really a spearhead. It was an awesome development. There were actually at the finalization of the five-a-side tournament. There was kind of I wouldn't say division, but there was definitely two potential tournaments that could have come out of it. And whoever what it was, I believe it was Calamity and William got together, and they said, you know what, guys, we need to bring all these team captains in together and actually do a meeting. We'll hammer out the rule set. We'll hammer out how the tournament's going to go, and it was absolutely the best idea ever. Is that correct, Cal? We got Calamity doing a beatbox.
Yeah, I think something just crashed in the apartment.
Oh boy. Okay.
I want to say that was a yes.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's the explanation for why random planes made it into the tournament.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, can we move Cal out of the channel real quick? Thank you. All right, anyway, so that's how it all came about. We all got together, and that's why this is so important. This is why I really want to do this, because we have all the team captains back together. This is exactly how UNAC started. All the team captains talking about how we're going to do this tournament. So that's really how we produced such an awesome product that UNAC was. It threw a ton of excitement back into the competitive community. It got everybody riled up, and here we are. We got the teams. Let's talk to them real quick, okay? We're actually going to go we're going to go through the standings. We're going to talk to each individual team, ask them a couple of questions. We got some awesome videos of these teams in action that we're going to roll. And the first one's going to come to GK, who, I tell you what, GK is, I was so glad to see them in the tournament. They were awesome throughout the tournament, and they wrapped up, finalized season 2 and 11. Had a really big team. They got a lot of people to play, which we're going to talk about, but we're going to roll that video right now. Let you guys see them in action.
So now that they're facing teams that they're pretty close in skill level, they're both going to be putting on, like, I think really try-hard pants tonight and really looking to prove that that they're the team that is going to be looking towards future tournaments, and they're the team that we're going to have to watch out for.
This isn't an ideal situation for GK, but somehow they're picking at them and they're getting kills.
Boogie's cav goes down, that's pretty bad. Once you got a team kill.
I'm really surprised KOA haven't put a flank on them, or...
And once you have center, it looks like GK is going to be the first ones there.
But that's going to prove their downfall. With only one
GK,
more like seeing KOA in action, as I recall.
Some of them were staying at the alleyway. And they're moving towards flag, looks like.
Hero's horse goes down.
Yeah, not looking good for KOA right now.
Yeah, KOA shredded up a bit.
It could change in a moment.
Yep.
GK has a large flare advantage on the flag. This should go their way.
Yep, they should be wrapping
big
this up.
mistakes, infantry. Yeah.
There you go.
Finipu taking out one of KOA's best infantry. John's down. Yeah, this is gonna go GK's way
Yeah.
for sure.
GK doing what they need to do.
You know, like they play together. They actually play Warband together. You know, so that's really.
Nice, nice. Good stuff. Chainsaw Punisher. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm well. Hello.
Awesome, awesome. Dude, you are, I gotta congratulate you. You are absolutely one of the nicest people to ever schedule a match with. Did you know that?
I have been told that, particularly by a cleric when I was talking to GA. It's just one of those things. You don't be a jackass.
Absolutely. Good etiquette in the PMs. Awesome. Even during the match in the Steam messages, it was like, you know, I think, one guy dropped and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'll fix this immediately. I'm like, it's okay, dude. Stuff happens.
Yep.
So, but I tell you what was cool. You guys are awesome. You finished out the season. You guys have this awesome rule about if someone shows up, they're going to be playing. Is that right?
Yeah, that was the idea. The whole point of the rabble, as I called it, it's an ironic name, of course. It's a disorderly mob. Basically, everybody who was in the clan who wanted to participate and who was actually willing to come to the practices I held for doing so was allowed to do so, regardless of skill level. And anybody who practiced and showed up would get to play in the tournament. And that's what we went with. So at times we had like 20 people, as some of you noticed.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know you packed our server out, so that's awesome. You're rotating the people in, and I think that's cool, man. You guys were there to participate, and I love that. If you're willing to put the time in, then you're there. You guys wrapped up one of your last matches, 11-2 versus SF, who had a great showing in the tournament. It kind of came together in the end. What kind of changed for you?
Well, we did a lot of things well that we hadn't been doing well. In fact, the final score, as I recall, was 12-9 SF, but it wasn't indicative. We started off, they beat us 4-0 on the first half of the first map. We whomped them on the second half, and then on the first half of the last map. And then on the second half, it was 3-1, and we just, all of a sudden, we started killing each other, team kills, and fell apart, and they beat us. But it was a good time. We had a good time the whole tournament, even when we lost, I think, 16-0 to a team or two. It wasn't about that. It was about getting the experience and getting people in there. And they enjoyed it, even though we're getting our asses kicked a lot of the time by you gentlemen.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was a good time.
All right, there's talk of a UNAC Season 2. If that happens, are you guys expectations for UNAC Season 2 for GK?
Well, it'll depend on whether we actually get a scrim team together of the elite players. But if they don't, I won't be the one running it. If they don't, but if they don't, I will probably put the rabble in again with slightly different things. We'll tighten things up, get rid of more of the disruption, and actually try to do a little better, more cohesive and so forth. We're working on that at present. The whole thing with the rabble was not necessarily representing GK per se, because as some of you noted towards the end, we had some of the honor-bound gentlemen. We actually very nearly had some other gentlemen from who weren't affiliated with clans, and that was the point. Was just people playing together. It wasn't so much about the clan itself, but it was a good time, and it ended up being almost entirely Golden Kingdom people.
That's great, man. Hey, I want to congratulate you on finishing out your season. Getting some close to success at the end of sixth season, and wish you guys luck in future tournaments if you so choose.
Well, thanks a lot. You guys did a good job with a little video. That was a pretty sweet screen cap thing you have it there.
Awesome. So, good stuff. We got moving on. Boogie, you got this?
I do, Mad Dog. I do. We have WMT, who finished right ahead of GKR, stepping up to the plate. We're gonna stream the movie right now. The little highlight video for watchers of the morning twilight.
Let's see. So basically what we're looking at is TMW versus TMW. It's a TMW Civil War going on here.
I think 357 just tried a surprise maneuver there, but TMW are engaging, knowing 357 has to run back around with his horse. And here it comes, SF.
Sorry, one sec. I have some technical difficulties.
No worries, Kratok. This wouldn't be Warband NA without technical difficulties, my friend. Technical difficulties is our name.
I think we need a rim shot.
So good stuff. Boogie, go ahead and roll on Asking Catholic Eternal. Sorry. Ask him a couple of questions. We'll get this video rolling just a sec.
All right, Eternal. While we wait for the highlight video that shows you guys doing a great job, what do you think was your brightest point in this season for WMT?
Right after our first match. I mean, our first match we won 16-0, but that was the NW Regiment. But even though we lost in subsequent matches, I felt like we had a team going. We had everyone on Tailored's forum, so they were getting the PMs. Scheduling was easy. We had that kind of team spirit that we kind of needed. And so that was our brightest moment. After that, everyone kind of fell apart.
So was that before the what did you guys call the TMW versus WT match?
That was the Thunder Brawl 2013.
So Thunder Brawl 2013. It was right before the Thunder Brawl 2013. You were high spirits, and then the Thunder Brawl happened. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, something like that. Around that time.
Oh, that
Basically, I think what happened though was we had the Thunder Brawl, and then we had a huge reorganization of WMT, so that we lost Udo and some other really good players to TMW, and we gained some other good players. But after that, the team spirit just kind of died, because then we had some people who refused to have a Tails account, and then some people who were really hard to contact. And so after that, it was hard to build like a team cooperative spirit.
I see. So do you feel that that's going to carry on over to season 2? Will you be joining us for season 2?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I would like to. I've loved WMT, and honestly, I think that it succeeded in what it set out to do. It took the new players in TMW and put them in a setting for getting competitive, and it worked that way. We have a ton of good players in WMT who are, I think, ready for the competitive setting now. But whether or not we have players' enthusiasm for it, because honestly, that was kind of the big issue with WMT, was people not actually wanting to play. I can't be certain about.
What do you think was the toughest challenge? Was it the enthusiasm, getting the enthusiasm from people? It seems like you were hinting at that.
Yeah, it was the issue of, again, like just building the team. We had people all over the place. It was hard to contact everyone. It was hard to schedule. It was hard and that kind of carried over into the matches as well, because every week we had a different roster, and every week would have different people show up. So it never really felt like a team, except at the very beginning. And so that was probably the biggest difficulty.
But you ended up beating GKR 14-6 with your roster issues, having that plan. What did you guys do different there?
Thank you for that.
That was the script I didn't make. So that might have been it.
So WNT without Eternal is a successful bunch.
Right.
You've heard it here, folks. All right, Kratok, can we roll the highlight video?
And you can answer that, Kratok. Kratok's trying to be the whole man
Let's
behind
see,
the
so
scenes.
basically
Pay no
we're looking
attention
at
to the man behind the
versus
curtain. TMW. It says TMW Civil War going on here.
I think 357 just tried a surprise maneuver there. But TMW are engaging, knowing 357 has to run back around with his horse. And here it comes, SF. Two bunched up, their arms, they're like interlocked in the arms. They cannot get the swings off. 357 coming around, not getting a single person. And the master of the field spawns, but neither team cares. They are just whacking away at each other. Noodles dying once more, setting off a chain of events. Ralex soon following. WMT securing another round.
Well played by WMT.
All right, thanks for talking, Eternal. Good luck.
No problem. Thanks for the tournament. It was amazing.
And onwards we go. Up the ladder, we're now be talking to Rebels, who I believe Snoop is the person that's coming to talk to us. Great up, you want to roll the highlight video?
And Rebels have also surprisingly been doing real good. What started as a joke clan is actually commanding some respect out in the battlefield.
All their archers, crossbows spread out. A really good spread. Bohemian trying to get some shots inside.
I think SF is doing the smart thing here, bringing it to the tunnels. Red Giraffe is point. He is fighting everyone, trying to get some support from Alex.
Mock gets a team hit on Courtney.
Some archer is going to hit his teammate in the back. Oh, no! A rebel archer finds his mark.
Does not hit people in the back. He hits Giraffe and kills him.
Right on point. I think SF could just take the corner, but I don't think rebels are dumb enough to push it. I love this push. You see rebels, they're bleeding. They're taking hits for this. Oh, and they lose a man. Now SF. Oh, now they're angry. Now the beehive stirred.
Oh man, SF is getting some momentum now. They just took down the 3 infantry that was there, and they are pushing.
Oh,
But
meanwhile,
rebels.
I was wondering where the hell were the rest of the rebels? The rest of the rebels were smarter than them.
That flag
Madness
is up.
running.
That
That's
flag is
almost
up.
at the peak. Just run to it, Madness. Madness got there. No.
He doesn't get there in time though, and they win.
Rebels rebelling at the very end.
Well, Snoop, that was a great highlight against SF.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think we were just really, we've been beat like that several times before, so we just sort of like picked up that little tactic there, and that was really Courtney's idea.
Well, that's great to hear. You guys tied with them in the end, and their SF is a great team. What helped you in that match?
Mock.
Mock? Just Mock.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the entire Rebel team is Mock right there. No, what helped us in that match, I don't know. I mean, we've really been working a lot on our cohesion. We've been trying to get that going. Rebels really started off with a pretty rough start. Our team just wasn't together, so we just started doing a lot more practices and, just really trying to get it together as a team.
You think those practices in the season helped you out?
Definitely, most definitely.
That's great to hear. You also had a 14-10 win against WNT, which was a very close match.
Yeah.
Did you have any edge that helped you, or was it a team? Was it those practices?
Again, it was just the practices. I mean, I've really been trying to push them to do that. I mean, this team really, we've got a few veteran players on there, but a lot of these guys were pubbers not too long ago, so we've really been having to push hard to just get the skill levels up. And I think you've probably seen, like, if you've seen Cedrics and Templar and some of these guys, I think you've probably seen how much they've improved.
So they were new at the beginning of the season? Is this a lot of Rebels' first season?
I would say new to tournament play and competition. A lot of the guys are, most definitely.
Are you feeling you guys are going to do better for next season when you join us for UNAC too?
I think we're going to do a lot better next season. And you also will probably not see any mercs on the Rebel team in UNAC 2. It's going to be a pure Rebel team, and I think you'll see us do a lot better.
Can you point to any individuals that you think will be turning some heads next season?
Well, we got a lot of good individuals on the Rebels. Right now, I would have to say look out for Radagast Brown. I think.
All right, Radagast. We'll all be looking out for him. I really appreciate you talking with us, Snoop.
No problem.
Thanks for joining this season, and good luck for next season. Mad Dog, you want to carry around?
Yeah. Oh, I got this, Boogie. Hey, that's awesome. That's exactly what UNAC did. That it made people go and dust off the mouse or the sword or the wizard hat or whatever you use, right, Raid. But it made them dust that off and hey, let's get out there, let's practice, let's do better. And that's awesome, guys. Excited for you. Doff, where's my Doff guy at?
I'm here.
Awesome, dude. I'm a big fan of Doff. Always have been. You guys have been around forever, like a month or two before Valiant got started. So you guys are old hats. Let's see some action from Doff. Doff one of the oldest clans, honestly, in Warband. Been around for a long time. A lot of good people in DOF. Very likable characters.
Let's see if DOF is going to change anything up. They got one extra. They dropped an infantry to pick up a cav. Still 6 infantry though. Kind of just hiding
is this
from
man
the fight.
naked? Yes. Asriel disrespecting his opponents.
He just didn't want the base armor and wanted
Oh, and
everything
he
he
turns
could
the
pick up.
corner with no armor. He's the
Ooh.
first one to die, of course.
To a team kill.
Hubris, you son of a bitch. That's things you see in pub play, not in competitive. This might spell doom here for KOA. Oh my god, they're getting swarmed. Absolutely swarmed. DOF are angry. This is pent-up aggression right here. Tactics be damned. We'll just kill you by slicing you to death.
First off, I saw a lot more open map prowess from DOF than I've seen before. I think DOF just showed a little more experience.
Good stuff. DOF showing that experience. I tell you, and I'm gonna be just a little candid because I know you, Darren, and I know I can get away with this. You guys wrapped up the season 5-8, and comparatively to almost everything else we've done together, that was a great season for you guys. Am I right?
Yeah, we're definitely proud. This is probably the first tournament we've actually played in that we've actually feel like we've done well and made progress throughout the tournament.
That's
especially early on.
That's awesome. What all right. So, what have you guys been doing? I know you guys have been doubling up a lot. You've been working some European tournaments, getting some practice in there.
Yeah, we've been participating with another clan, a European clan. We've teamed up and had teams in several of the last European tournaments, so we've been doing that.
Okay, that's good stuff. Anything else? You guys changed up or keep people stepping up?
Probably I'd gotta say MVP probably of the entire season. I'd gotta give a shout out to Alec. He's definitely stepped up as one of our core members. He made almost all the matches, I know. And also I just got a lot of love to our European members because they regularly stay up to 2, 4 o'clock in the morning to play in our matches for UNAC, so.
That's cool. I'm gonna drop a bomb for Erminos, who has always impressed me. 170 ping. The dude can play all 3 classes competently, and I see him headshot people or do really good archery work as well with that ping. So I'm dropping the bomb for him. Real quick, what was your best win? What was the match where you guys were just like, yes, we got that?
Probably our match against Rebels. But I also have to say we were proud of our work against WMT because that match starting out, they had some really good infantry, and we had some trouble taking them on in infantry fights. But after about the first set, we kind of got into a rhythm, and were able to start bringing it back around.
That's cool. Mid-match adjustments, taking you guys to victory. Darren, that's awesome, man. Appreciate you being here.
Not a problem.
And hope you had fun in UNAC. I'm not even going to ask about Season 2 because I know you guys will be there.
All right. Thank you, DOF. And now we are on to KOA, Kingdom of Avalon, with King John. How you doing, John? John?
Oh, doing good.
Great to see. Oh, KOA. All right, let's roll that clip, Kratok.
Roll that beautiful meme footage.
But if you look at KOA's rosters, the story with them kind of is, depending on who you ask, a lot of people believe that they're one of the more talented teams in the North American scene.
KOA have vanished. Where are they off to now? Oh, they're going for the flag. The flag spawned in all this posturing. And KOA are right upon it. They are setting up. Only Mr. Nightmare's lagging a little. Oh, he's lagging quite a ways. Jabs being shot right over his shoulder, but he manages to reach his team. Now Mr. Darren on foot, leading his team forward. Oh, they're pushing. They're about to get flanked from both sides, though. Erminus running in for the disruption. Able to disrupt John, but he dies. Oh my goodness, John unfazed by the assassination attempt, getting the shots off that this team needs. Oh no, Doff running right into their own deaths here. KOA did really well. I am amazed at their ability to protect their archers and set them up for success. That's really what makes good teams good.
All right, John. I noticed you had a lot of regulars a part of your team that weren't really tagged KOA, but still on the squad. You had Sheila, Chang Pu, Nigerian Nightmare, a good group of people. How difficult though was it to assimilate them into the existing team of KOA?
I don't know. We've played together a lot before in pubs and stuff, but it wasn't that difficult because they're very skilled players, and yeah.
Would you consider this to be a plan for other clans to look at? Just playing with their friends, getting them on board if they're not even tagged. I know Rebels did it and BKS did it. You think other clans could probably take note?
Oh yeah. Getting members to play with you is definitely important.
So your team forfeited against WNT and then had a bigger loss against a then lower ranked SF. But then you came back strong with wins against Wapa, Doff, and Rebels at the end of the season. What was the turning point that brought your team back on track?
Well, we had some huge roster problems, but we bounced back from that. Really, we started to put in a lot of time and effort and started practicing more, and that really paid off.
That's great to hear. So near the end of the season, you guys started practicing more, and it really paid. You got that key win against Wapa, and then from there went on to get against Doff and Rebels. That's great. And then you included some new players. You think that also paid a toll into winning? I mean, Manry was new at the end. You have Troubadour, Nigerian joined you there also.
Yeah, man. I really am proud of our new players. They have so little time in competitive, and they've done so much. I really appreciate what they've done and how much time they put in.
Can you name any of them that you expect to look out for in Season 2 of UNAC?
That are a part of KVA, Manry, Troubadour. I think you guys should watch out for them.
Oh, that's great to hear. 6-7 ain't a bad record though, and I'm glad you joined us with this season. And good luck for next season.
All right, man. Thanks.
Good stuff. Rolling on, Strike Force, SF. You guys are up 6-6-1 season. One tied match against Rebels that we mentioned earlier. And we got Ralix sitting in for the voice for SF.
Yo.
Hey, Ralix. Ralix is a colorful character, a good character. You should always, if you ever get a chance to hang out with him and vent, you should definitely do that.
I'm fun.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, let's see what you guys did this season.
So SF, came into this match really prepared, it seemed like to me. When they picked Reverend Village, they knew exactly what they were going to do, and they executed it, and the first set was pretty dominating.
It's not enough! 357 coming in! Brilliant! Brilliant, high risk, high reward, and SF get rewarded because they're still in this.
Wow, this is the last round, and, if Rebels win, they win, and if SF wins, they tie. This is for all the marbles right now.
All the marbles are both teams on a crash course.
They're going right in for it. This is gonna be great.
First shot lands on a rebel,
and the hammer
SF
comes
gonna
out.
take the room. Oh, but he's falling. The swinging is furious. Neanderthal trying to get clutch shots up. Captain
Looks like
getting
SF's
brilliant
gonna win
kills.
this one.
Even 357's in there with the horse. He's not even needed. He's not needed, but they're still going. SF tie.
That is something that is crazy. I don't think that's happened in UNAC, and it just proves how far along these guys have come.
That's great. Man, I love these videos. I get to watch them on the side over here. But I am loving these videos. I hope you guys are enjoying them. Ralix, SF. I remember the start of UNAC having a little discussion with, or not a little discussion. I didn't pull him aside or anything, but I just hit Kush up on Steam and I was like, dude, UNAC, you need to check it out. And he's like, I don't know. But then you guys came in and popped in a good team and not, or I mean, popped in a team and not only a team, but like a strong, very strong mid-tier team. Did you guys just all get together and say, you know what, we're gonna go play in UNAC, or how did that come about?
Well, basically, he sort of asked, do you want to do it? And I said yes, and our core players were okay with it, and we just decided to go, and we did it.
Gotcha, that's cool. Strong mid-tier, bringing people together with which you guys had some competitive experience in the past, but this was like your first actual tournament, I believe, and you guys found good success. What was really clicking for you guys? What were you guys doing right?
Well, compared to earlier, we sort of practiced a lot more just recently before that, and so we managed to get a lot of our new players up to sort of scratch. So.
Okay, that's cool. You basically developed a team. You developed a team dynamic. You took the guys that you regularly play with, pal around with, and you're like, all right, guys, let's kind of put a focus on the team here, get some teamwork going. And I'm trying to see if I could say the word team one more time. And so that doing that is what brought you guys to steal a number of rounds from Balian. Stole 7 rounds off of Balian on, which was actually a really, really close match. So a lot of rounds that went close and took you to a 16-6 victory over KOA. So congratulations for that. And not only that, but you guys were part of the second most exciting stream that we had in Warband NA, the Thai versus Rebels. What, man, you guys couldn't win one more round? What happened? Come on.
Man, I was just trying so hard, man. Put my hard try pants on, and they put up a great fight, I gotta say. Really can't say much more than that. We tried, they tried, and the result was pretty even match.
Gotcha. That's cool. That's cool. So, well, congratulations to that. Appreciate you guys making a team. Getting together and deciding that that's what you want to do. It was good to have you guys in UNAC, and glad you guys, like I said, 661. That's a very respectable record for your first quote-unquote competitive season tournament.
Shout out to Wapa and GKR. I really liked our fights with them. There was a win and a loss on either hand, but they were really good fights.
That's cool. Respect among opponents. I like that a lot. Speaking of Wapa, we're shifting gears. That's actually our next team, and unfortunately, Wapa is one of the 2 teams that were not able to make it tonight. GA being one, because honestly, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning in England right now, and Cleric Johnson, he's all about warband and stuff, but real life as well. He's got to work in the morning, or he's got to work in like an hour or something. So he's not going to make it, but unfortunately both Cheese and Green Knight weren't able to make it. So what I did was I asked them a couple questions, and I'm going to fill in probably a little bit. But one of the biggest things when you're looking at Wapa 7-6, placed 6th overall in the tournament in a tournament of 11 teams. That's strong. One of their members, one of their members, Red Knight, we're going to roll the footage right after this. Red Knight, 165 kills, and he didn't play every match. Like, he wasn't there every single match. That was just, and we'll get into scheduling in a second, but, and was also number 2 on overall KD at, 2.46. Those funny numbers after a decimal, I think they're a percentage or something like that, like a ratio. I don't know, ask Kervin. So let's see that footage, Kratok.
So they've had it rough, but I don't think they're as bad as people might be thinking. You know, they've just, like I said 3 times, had a rough go of it, but they're better than this. And if they can pull it together tonight, I think they could surprise a lot of people. I wouldn't count Wapah out of it at all.
GA could choose to go the long way or try and push right through Wapah. Looks like they're coming through. Wapah's setting up for them. A little bit of early thrown. Wapah's definitely got a slight advantage being on the flanks as GA pushes out. GA is stalling. Shima's in the back. Can't get through that wall of infantry. Two-handed axe comes out from Salted Slug, and there goes the melee. Anthony goes down to Salted Slug with that two-handed axe. Oh, Cheese Pizza takes down Axel. Volpel takes down Cleric Johnson. Shima's in trying to do a little disruption. There he goes, takes out Kel. Salted still on LaRue. LaRue takes down Salted. And Shima hits Cheese Pizza. Zacti comes in and finishes off LaRue. Red Knight finally makes it to the battle, taking out Anders, and the last one up is Shima. Yep, Wapah takes a round. Zacti's still up.
Make sure though when you're talking about pizza to make all sorts of puns about that.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any puns to make up about pizza, but you know, Wapah, awesome team. They were a team that was actually in the finals for the Calamity and John team tournament, I think, CJTT. They actually went to the finals, took second place overall in that tournament. Cheese Pizza, Green Knight, Red Knight, Orange Knight, Pink Knight. No, not Orange Knight. No O Knight. They do have some standards to them, but really just a great group of people. Green sent this message. This is Green's view of the UNAC tournament. A big success in that a renewed community interest in the competitive scene. A lot of people participated, and it united us under a rule set which we could all support, which was, you know, like I said at the beginning, was just like one of the best things about the tournament. New round lengths and flag spawn really made for a faster paced game, and that was a nice change. Wapah placed 6th overall, 7-6 season. They did that, and here's the thing about Wapah, they had a good season. I don't think they lived up to their potential. I think they'd say the same thing if they were here. They had some scheduling issues that they ran into with a couple of their key members. They did a double header, and Boogie didn't know this earlier, and when we were going over this, he's like, I thought a double header was like 2 matches in one day, and I'm like, yeah, they fought GA and BKS on the same day, like an hour apart, and he you know, it just got all silent. He's just like, oh God. So Wapah endured that for scheduling issues with some of their members, but you know what? They made it work. They went through the whole season, you know, making it work, trying to improve, getting what they can. I know they stole a number of rounds versus us. I know that the Bally and Wapah match was a really good match. You know, just the usual Wapah didn't live up to their potential, but really did good in the tournament as well. 16 won 4 sets in a number of their matches, so they did show that you know, that they're still the Wapah we know and love. Tweak a couple of things. Season 2, they're going to be back strong.
All right, Mad Dog. I'm talking, and that means there's somebody up that has to do something.
Don't do it, Boogie.
Oh, I gotta interview this guy named Mad Dog, and he's a part of this team called Ballion.
Do your worst, bro.
Ballion, the team at 11-2. You know, there were 5 teams in this tournament with 11-2, you know, and Ballion was one of them. Unfortunately, only 4 make it to the finals. But they still did fantastic, and obviously Mad Dog was a brilliant caller and a great streamer, as we all know. Let's show him the clip.
$16-1 for Ballion. Just showing superior teamwork and tactics. Good match for Ballion. This will Yeah, this will bolster their position.
And then they swept in and cleaned them up. That's what they got to do. They really needed that one. Because they've been getting swept right now. This might boost them back. Boost their confidence levels back. Oh, Geldon coming from behind. Getting nice. Ooh, getting the captain. A straight assassination. Virus getting retribution for his leader. And
wow.
WK are slicing him down. We have Peasant trying to help Virus here, give him some support, but no, there are too many, and they are slowly encroaching upon his position. Angusberger coming with the save. Oh my god, saving Peasant!
Oh.
Virus getting a kill! The teamwork! Craddock coming in, but too late! They had the numbers, all they had to do was push as a unit. Peasant still getting some great shots off. Ah, they're finally rushing him. Virus still trying to save him, knowing Peasant's a secret. Angus coming in, getting some speed.
Oh, beautiful kill.
Beautiful, getting a kill
close.
right by the well. I think Angus just jumped up and stabbed Blagastro on the stairs. That's a tough one to do. Not much damage though, given the angle. But he's disrupting. He's disrupting. Kratok is getting some stuns with the overhead. Peasant's bleeding.
Oh, wow. Good play from Angus. He was pretty
decisive against the top team in UNAC.
Against the top team. The only team that's lost only once. 16-2. Valiant showing that they're not going.
Wow, that comment was against GA. If you guys didn't know, it wasn't against WK. But speaking of 16-2, that was 16-2 against GA. The worst defeat any team in the finals has been subject to. Valiant beating GA, that is. So Mad Dog, you gave them that biggest defeat. What was the environment like in those last few rounds or after the match with your team?
You mean the last few matches?
No, against GA when you beat them 16-2.
Right. Well, it was a it was a match that honestly we were kind of timid coming in. We really didn't know what was going to happen. And about an hour before, I got with the guys and I was like, all right, guys, I got a crazy strategy. And I told them the strategy, and they're like, okay, you're crazy.
I think our commentators were saying you're crazy too. If we rewind the video.
Yeah. So they told me I'm crazy. I was like, hush, we're doing it anyway, and this is gonna work, and we made it work. I don't know.
Yeah, you made it work on the closed, and then you made it work on the open, and ended up beating a really good team at such a large victory. I was very surprised. Were people ecstatic to see it, or were you just like, this is who we are?
No. That was like the coolest match that we had in UNAC because we started out kind of slow. We had definitely improved our planes work, so I was feeling really good about planes as opposed to some of our earlier matches. So I knew we were going to do strong there. Although GA put up a heck of a fight, there were a number of rounds that kind of came down to it. But I was feeling really good. But yeah, that was definitely a fun match. We were yelling and screaming and all got back together the night after and rewatched it together. It was fun.
Mad Dog, we can hear your Mad Dog in the background.
Oh yeah. I got dogs.
So being one of the premier teams in the league and coming out with an 11-2 record, which is tied for the best record in the league. But however, going by tiebreakers, it didn't make it into the single eliminations. What are your plans for UNAC Season 2 to make sure that doesn't happen again?
Well, we're gonna be good like the whole time instead of just the last half.
Oh, that's great. Be good. There we go, guys. You hear it here. If you want to do well, you got to be good.
Yeah. Pro tips: just be good, and when you're in a match, don't die.
That's great. So BKS versus Balian, that was a great rivalry, and it ended up being a great match too. There's a lot of great rounds happening in there. Can you talk a bit about that match?
Well, it turned out kind of as a good match because we wound up pretty even on planes, but then they definitely showed our infantry was lacking a little bit. We had a couple of members, roster issues early on, and infantry was one of our biggest lacking things, and that kind of showed in that match. But the biggest thing was we just hadn't played them in so long. We got used to playing like TMW and WK on planes, and that's a totally different thing than playing BKS on planes. So if you actually go back and watch the stream, you'll see I'm rolling like 2 Imp, 2 Archers against BKS, and that's just I really shot, I cut my own throat. So that was just a tactical move that we fixed on the second set, but it was already it was already kind of too lost by the time we hit the close map. So it was a good match. It was good to fight him again.
That's good, and hopefully you will be able to fight him again in UNAC 2 and have a different outcome.
Hopefully so, sir.
All right, Mad Dog. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, sure. I'm just gonna log off right here. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks, Boogie. Speaking of BKS Valiant, I get the pleasure of interviewing the team that beat us out for that 4th spot, BKS. You with me, Raid?
BKS Victor.
BKS swag, so I hear. That's the word on the street, bro.
Yeah, you've been in Palm, I guess.
I might have. I'm admitting to nothing till I speak with my attorney. Kratok, what you got us to look at for these guys? Probably them being bad and like just barely winning a match around like
a very deep roster, and now that they've got a lot of
good.
matches under their belt, they're really starting to take form, and their depth is really starting to become something quite scary.
That's kind of the thing. Every one of those players is a playmaker for BKS.
Flag's a third of the way up. BKS has to move quick.
Yep, Lykestra and Kratok have already taken the flag. And shots coming in. Tyrion's horse goes down. PPK's horse go down. Van picks him up as he's getting up. Got about a minute till Master's over.
Another horse
Wiley's
goes down.
horse goes down in the middle of a bunch of BKS. African gets the headshot on Lykestra. And the headshot on Wiley's slide. Vanadar comes in. Pressures Robert the Bruce, knocks him down, misses with a slash. Got Gelton's heavy horse to still deal with. Joe gets the kill on Calamity. Got 3 WK up fighting on the fly with a lot of BKS about to come around the corner. Kratok and Robert the Bruce, 15 seconds trying to stay alive, keep their gear. Vanadar picking up his favorite weapon, Scimitar. Shots still coming in, 5 seconds. They're trying to wrap this up. BKS takes the flag, gets the kill on Robert the Bruce. Kratok's going to keep his gear.
That was impressive on BKS's part. I mean, by all rights, West Knights had the better position and should have finished that, but they just out-executed.
I don't know, man. The only thing I saw in that video was BKS can't kill Kratok.
He's OP, dude. They should really nerf him.
So, Raid, good guy, been around since beta, did some streams with Warband and A and did an awesome job with him. Real quick, what brought BKS, Nasty Season 2 was the last competition they actually did. What brought you guys back?
We actually were, we told people that we were done with competing as goes because we just wanted to explore different games, different scenes. Our team isn't going to be together forever, and we want to do as much compete in as many places as we can. And so we kind of just thought we were done with Warband at that time. That was kind of it for us. And we heard people were putting this together, and really it was just frankly the shit. Yes, you guys can't hang. You can't beat these upper tier clans. We wanted to come back and kind of, as Tyrion says, shut everybody up. So.
Gotcha. And we may be getting just a little feedback from your mic, but no worries. We can still understand you. And you guys came back, had plenty of time off, and came back, I would say, a little rusty. I think I got the latitude to say that. And you guys had GA right off the bat. What did that change? Did that get you guys really set in and be like, all right, we gotta get back in shape. We gotta do this.
Yeah, originally when they released the brackets, I looked at it and we had all of our tough matches at the end. And then they changed it and we had a lot of tough matches straight off the bat, and so I was kind of lax on getting everybody to knock rust off, you know what I'm saying? So it took us a while to get all the rust off. And as far as the GA match goes, after that, like I've never heard Harn so angry. Harn's a real nice guy, but we just sat in vent and we were talking for about an hour, about what we were gonna do. And at that point, we all just kind of made the decision that we're not here to lose or to drop rounds. So from that point on, it was just steady improvement.
That's pretty cool, man. That we actually did the same thing right after our WK match. We just sat in vent and fussed at each other, and we're like, all right, we're gonna fix this deal. You guys were reaching deep for skill, Bojangles. But he came in and became part of the team. But I tell you, Frit was the guy that really impressed me because he went from, I'd see him on Palm and you kind of just roll right over him, and then like a week later, he's like headshot me across the map.
Yeah,
bringing some players out of retirement.
Yeah, actually, what happened with Frit was we were playing Armin together one night, and he was just killing everybody. And I was like, dude, why don't you play Archer? What the fuck? So we moved him over, and it's no secret that we were hurting at the range position. So it helped because we don't have Pierce. This is the first battle tournament we played without him, and then you guys struggled not having Zero. You know what that's like. So I was really looking for a solution, and he kind of stepped up a lot. So
that's good stuff. Good match versus WK, the most exciting stream that Warband NA did. I had people telling me that they couldn't sleep that night. For real, that was just an awesome match. And I tell you, like, especially on Reverend Village, I saw some really cool play calling with the flag spawns and everything like that. Did you guys have a game plan going in, or just real quick hit on that match?
Well, like real quick, it wasn't so much that we had a specific plan going in, but against WK, like they actually, in my opinion, the WK and Balian, they play similar to us, and they would actually kind of weren't just camping, oh, come at us while we sit here. And so that allowed us to kind of play our game. We adapt on the fly, and that's why you see a lot of those things that happened. Like, as the situation evolves, we adapt well, instead of having to go into a static situation versus like a camping team. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and actually, we actually gave Archer shields because like I said, we're here to win, and that's what people do these days. I don't like it, but it's what we have to do. So that helped a lot too.
I think I even saw a couple of you guys in helmets, but no comment is needed on that. That's cool. Team W this weekend. You guys got this or what?
Oh yeah, dude, I'm already planning for the WK match or the GA match.
Oh wow, okay. Well, cool. Hey, we appreciate you. Actually, I was super excited to see you guys come back. I was like, yes. So, good to see you guys back, and good luck with your match versus Team W.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we got Team W up next. Speaking of which, brought to you, we're having Clock talk to me. Hello, Clock.
How's it going?
Good, buddy, good. We have a sweet highlight video for you, brought to you by Kratok.
How did I become king?
Yes, how did you get to be king?
I was appointed by God. Divine right
By
of
the
kings,
Lord himself.
One of them.
Master Spawn definitely in favor of GA. 3 infantry pushing to it. 2 with spears out. Andrews is going there as an archer.
Bamboo spears and bows. It's going to be real hard for Team W to push.
To try and get their cav in there. Looks like Unicorn and Clockwise are going to come up, do the diversion. Team W have 2 archers in the back if they can make some shots on this. And I would look for Team W cav to be coming in on this flag here pretty soon. M taking a shot, puts him at half health. X comes around looking for Anders. Mitchell is couched right behind him. Mitchell tells him about it. Anders jumps, turns around. X doesn't get a hit. X runs into the map edge, can't see, gets stuck, and barely makes it out, while Clockwise is retreating, trying to make some shots right beside the flag. That's going to put a Team W on the flag.
That's good.
GA a little spread. Anders and Weirdo on the left side with Clockwise. Cav comes in. Clockwise takes down Ratzer, but Mr. X falls, as does Bayo, to that group that comes in on the master flag. Unicorn takes down M, but in the meantime, Anders takes down Clockwise. So Team W is spread but reeling. Huge kill. Unicorn takes down Mitchell at the same time. Shima the Cav goes down to Ruin, and the Vagars have won by the Master, time runs out.
That was a big scrap.
So we'll just go with TMW's Cav was MVP on the first match.
For sure, they played.
Speaking of TMW's Cav, I will say congrats to Black Tide for the 3rd highest kills and 6th highest KDR. And then we have Curvin with the 7th highest KDR. Congrats to them. Self-proclaimed King Black Tide. Ain't that right, Clock?
Some might say that.
So, someone said that you brought some of the Euro scene over to the American scene with the way you play, with Black Tide and Soto coming on your team. Do you believe this is part of the reason for your success in this tournament?
Not really. You know, people can say whatever, but we just play the way we play. We don't really have any set style or anything like that. When we play, it's really loose, and we just kind of work with each other and go at it. So if there is any influence from them, great, but it's nothing we actively incorporate or anything like that.
Well, that's great. What was your favorite match of the season, and you know, what did you feel was great about it?
My favorite match of the season. It's a great question. I'm gonna have to say it's the WK scrim. I'd say BKS, but they didn't really have a full team there, so couldn't really get too much. Gonna have to wait till tomorrow to really get happy about a BKS scrim, but the WK scrim was really good. You guys played well, and I thought we played well, and we came out of it ahead, which is always nice. So, yeah, that would be my top one.
Yeah, so was it just because your whole team came together and brought out a win, or was there any individuals that you thought were really great? If you remember it.
Well, some of the guys you were mentioning before, King Black Tide is always good. Soda's always good. Our Euros are always good. Curvin, the whole lot of them really. They're always reliable. It's a team effort. Everyone did well.
That's great. So, speaking of your BKS match, where you felt that could have been one of the best ones, you're facing them tomorrow in the single eliminations to go on to the finals. So you beat them once, but then again, that was early in the season, and then since then, BKS has been undefeated. How do you feel about them going now into this match?
It'll be a good match, I'm sure. We look forward to it. We don't underestimate them. I'm sure they're looking forward to it just as much as we are. So it should be a great match all around, and hopefully TMW will be the happy ones come tomorrow night, and not BKS.
If you guys are happy with the win tomorrow night, you'll be facing off against GA or WK. How do you like your chances against those guys?
I like our chances all around. I think we'll be just fine.
Well, that's good to hear. I hope you have success in your future, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
And on we go. We have West Knights, WK, up next with this guy named Wiley, or as some people like to say, Willie.
Hey guys.
Why don't you roll that video, Kratok?
Though WK has been fantastic all tournament long roster, they got some fantastic players.
Master spawn far right of BKS, far left of WK spawn. WK definitely in the better position to take advantage of this Master, and they're moving to it pretty quick. WK about to have Lagstro take the flag, and it looks like WK is going to try and maybe hold BKS in the middle here.
Can't exactly see everything, but the lone archer definitely creating some urgency. BKS needs to move now.
They're making their push. Wiley Sly coming in, takes a throwing axe from Joe. Both Geldon and Calamity coming in, throwing axes all around. All three, both Geldon and Wiley are hurting. Cav went down in the bag. That's PPK in the middle of 3 BKS. Getting 2 hits on raid. Geldon takes down Tyrion with a couch. The BKS trying to push the flag. 40 seconds. It's looking tough for Joe and Van out in the middle there. And PPK is doing a great job of holding up Raid and Harn and African. Robert the Bruce takes down Vanadar. Laxtro gets a headshot on Harn. Joe out in the middle, ballsy of him. He takes down Kradock with 2 Cav and 2 archers on top of him. Third Cav comes in, Joe's still up. Goes for the slash, and Calamity finally gets the kill on him.
So, fantastic job by WK there.
So Wiley, how you doing tonight?
Doing all right, living the dream.
Oh yeah, that is it. You guys are in the single elimination. That would be living the dream. Oh, well, it'd be even better if you guys end up winning the championship here in a week.
Yeah, well, GA is not in here, right? So we predict a victory tomorrow.
Well, before we get on, I want to congratulate Calamity on being the #1 with the highest kill count and #1 with the KDR. Wiley, would you like to share what program he uses to cheat?
Usually what happens is one of our other guys sets him up for the kill. You know, we'll be beating a guy, hit him maybe 4 times, then Cal will run over and like horse bump him, or you know, hit him with a jab in the ankle, something along those lines.
So what you're saying is Calamity doesn't really do anything.
He's just jealous.
I am jealous. Being honest, I mean, obviously we have a lot of guys that step up and play really well, but Cal usually does a pretty good job of kind of making sure everybody dies.
Well, I think everyone needs somebody like that.
He's the mop-up guy.
So, you early in the season, you were the first team to beat what at the time looked unstoppable GA. Did you have any game plan against these Euros, or did you have to adjust during that match?
Well, I mean, I'll be honest, you know, most of us West Coast guys don't get to play in the Nations Cup, so, you know, all we get to hear is names. We don't really get to see them in action, so looking at GA's roster, you see a lot of their all-stars, a lot of the people that, you know, the only ones you've heard of from Europe. And watching the streams, you know, it was only the 3rd week, and they had just played BKS like the day before or something, or 2 days before, so we didn't really get a chance to study them very well, and we hoped that we would have the advantage on an open or mixed map, and we tried to press our advantage there.
Well, it ended up working pretty dang well. You guys ended up winning and set on your path to being one of the top teams in UNAC. So then you had the BKS versus WK match. If you didn't hear earlier, it's probably the highest exciting match of the season.
No, I was there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for BKS it was great, and well, I mean, WK came out one round behind. If you could go back, do you think you'd change anything during that match?
Yeah, I mean, should have probably, when we switched to random planes, it was just more of a fun thing, and I mean, congrats to BKS, that was by far our most entertaining match. You know, we had some other good matches, but that one was the most fun to play in my opinion. And, you know, looking at our all-cav strat, we probably could have actually gone all-cav instead of making Achilles run around like the sacrificial archer, poor guy that we did. And I think we could have played Archer a little more aggressively on Reverend Village, but, you know, a few tweaks here and there might have come up differently, but either way, it was a close match. It was a lot of fun.
That's good to hear. So, looking forward, you got GA on the horizon, and then you got BKS or TMW after that if you end up beating GA again. So, I mean, you beat them once, and I'm sure they're pretty out looking for revenge. You know, do you know any plan on how you're going to combat them now that you've seen all the streams? Do you prepare yourself differently, or are you just going to go into it like you did last time?
Well, I mean, obviously not going to reveal our pro strategies for tomorrow's match, but it has been scheduled for 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. I mean, we obviously watched a lot of the streams. We've talked to people about, the best they've utilized against GA. It's kind of a win-win situation for us, assuming we beat them, because either way we'll get to face a team that beat us in the normal season, and BKS and TMW. So, assuming we show up tomorrow, we'll hopefully be able to push through and make it to the finals.
Yeah, and if you do win, like you said, you're facing against BKS and TMW, two teams that you lost to. Do you feel that you'll be looking for redemption on the championship?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, anytime you lose, it's a little bit disappointing. I feel like our loss to BKS was disappointing, but still, one you kind of walk away from with a good feeling. I mean, it was a good match, fun to play and a lot to watch. Our match against TMW was a lot less exciting, a little more campy to keep it polite. But either way, they're both great teams, and the finals will hopefully shape up into pretty exciting matchups.
All right, well, here's hoping that the finals end up however you want them. Thanks for joining us, Wiley.
Yep, thanks.
Good stuff, Boogie. And this brings us to our last team. We're wrapping this up. We've covered the we're at the fourth team going into the finals this weekend, and that is GA. And like I mentioned earlier, unfortunately, Cleric is not able to be here with us because he's probably at work right now in England. But fortunately, we don't have Cleric. But what we do have is the whole GA team in the form of a video. Kratok, give it to me. So we're coming at you. GA is just a power-packed European team with actually, as you'll see tonight, a pretty power-packed North American player as well. GA is going to have to push into TMW. 3 TMW backing off as the mass comes in. Oh, Weirdo with a critical kill on Clockwise, taking a man down early. Cleric Johnson takes out Soda. Axel takes down Curvin, and TMW is falling fast here. Oodle in a 3v1, doing the best he can. LaRue picks up Unicorn. Claire Johnson finally takes down Oodle. Black Tide makes it to the party, but is late. He was basically out of that fight the whole time from his position. And that's an ace.
TMW is way too spread for that, man. They're trying to out GA.
GA came in, they had a awesome team, a huge roster, which honestly you got to when you're trying to get people to play at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You got to have a little depth to your roster to try and pull the numbers together. But really packing really a star-studded team over in Europe. Clark Johnson, LaRue, Weirdo, M, Axel, Zachary, Shima. Shima always on a horse with an all pike if he can get his hands on one, and just playmakers that even at their ping are going into the finals. They play second overall, 11-2 throughout the tournament, and they're going into the semifinals tomorrow. Looks like versus WK. So we'll see if they come out of that. I was able to get Cleric before he went off to bed tonight. He answered a couple of questions for me via PM, so I'll kind of read those off, and I'll try and do it peppy and inspiringly so that you stay interested in them. So I want to ask them what prompted them to join UNAC. They said they wanted to do something different than the European tournaments that they had been doing a lot of, and plus he was just in the mood to sign up for anything, so I should have, had some kind of financial scam to put in front of them. Let me know, Cleric, next time you're in one of those moods. I got some property for you. What is the biggest factor in your team overcoming their ping? He says, I don't think we really have, or if we did, it was just in short bursts. Honestly, we haven't done as much as we would like to practicing. It's just kind of hard persuading people to play at the times for late for practice. Honestly, the only way to overcome it is to play it a lot, but you're still kind of at a disadvantage, but you can become moderately good at it. What was the toughest match that you won? He said it was probably TMW. So kudos to them for giving GA a run for their money. What do you feel about your upcoming match with WK? Actually feeling good about it. Interesting to see how open map goes, but I definitely think we have a big advantage on the closed map. So watch out, Wiley. They're coming at you, bro. They're gonna cut you. Did facing WK in the round robin help prepare you for this match? Not really. Help highlight how difficult open maps are with 130 ping, but we already sort of knew that. Before we didn't pick a closed map, so I expect that to be a defining difference when we face them again. What if anything, have you learned from UNAC? He says, number one, spamming is a effing nightmare at high ping and on fastest. People don't like staying up late. Open Plains is a good map, and I would like to use it in Europe. Not random, though. Verloren is okay for Cav. Cheers, Mad. And stopping horses is even harder than surviving spam with high ping. I asked him joining season 2 ? He says couldn't possibly say at this point. He's not sure he'd want to be the captain. It's just too tough to drag people out of their beds. But it's very possible that GA in some form or fashion with the team that they have may be coming back for season 2. But that's it. So GA going in versus WK tomorrow. BKS, TMW, finals tomorrow. Warband and A is going to be covering these matches, and we're kind of wrapping this. I'm going to wrap this up real quick for you guys. But hey, I want to thank all the captains for joining me tonight. I hope all our viewers have enjoyed this, and I'm going to roll some credits and throw out some shout outs real quick. All these awesome videos that you've seen were produced by E-Man, and he did this in the past couple of days and did a fantastic job on them. All the images that you've seen throughout the entirety of UNAC, all the versus image, the banners, everything you've seen that Warband and A has produced has been done by Clockwise. And that dude has been a beast because he's been pumping those things out for 14 weeks now. He had to do, he did about 30 images just for this show right here. So big props to Clockwise. Kradoc, best cameraman ever. Boogie got the smoothest voice, and I'm not too bad myself, apparently, after I've had a couple of drinks. So that's it, guys. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. Definitely tune in to the finals that are coming up tomorrow. Looks like 5:30 Eastern for GA versus WK, and I believe 9 o'clock is it raid Clockwise tomorrow night?
I'm not sure. I'll have to check.
They're playing sometime, folks. Blood will be spilt. Make sure to check it out. Check the forums. We're not going to do all the work for you. We've done enough work. That's it. We're signing off for tonight, guys. See ya.
Thanks, guys.